Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and in this video we will be talking about something called Chakra UI. So you can see this is the Chakra UI which we are going to use. So Chakra UI we will be using with React. So Chakra UI can be used to create beautiful UIs. Obviously the name is Chakra UI, and with speed is what they mention here. So we'll see how much speed we get with this, and this is really interesting project and I really wanted to play with it, so I played with it and I created this portfolio. So I'll just give you a brief idea of about how to work with different components and how the entire stuff works with Chakra UI. And so this, you can see, it's a very simple kind of portfolio where we have like couple of buttons on the top, then on the header we can see some social media links, and then we have a dark button which is for theming, and then we have some information, some gradient as well, some profile picture, some background, and then some name of the companies, although this is not true. But yeah, I mean, some information over here, then some beautiful cards. So this is a very simple application. We'll see how to work with that, and we'll do everything from scratch. So we will be, in a very easy way for learning Chakra UI. So also dark theme is also supported. So if you'll click on this button, so you can see this turns into a dark theme. And if you try to run it on mobile, then also it looks really nice, right? This video is sponsored by AppCircle. Build your apps, distribute it to testers, and upload it to app stores, all automatically with quick and easy setup. 1 month free coupon code and the link in the description. So this is what we are going to see. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'll go to my terminal, and first of all you have to install Node.js, and then you can say npx create React app, and then the name of the app. So we can say pk portfolio, for example. What it will do, it will run some things and it will create the React app for you, and then we will see how we can add Chakra UI and all those sort of things, right? Okay, so now we can see our app is created. So we can now go to cd pk portfolio. So pk portfolio, and here we can run npm start, which will start our project. So npm start, if we say, then you will see that it will start our development server. I'll run it in a new tab basically, and you can see we see this React logo and all those things. So this means it is working pretty much fine. Now what I want to do, I want to install some more dependencies. Before that, what we will do, we will open this project in VS Code. So code dot, and it will open this project in VS Code. So as you can see, we have some files over here, package.json. Let's see what we get with package.json. We have all the basic libraries which we get, and then we have in source, we have a lot of files, we don't need them actually. So let me just delete them one by one. We will just keep the files which are important right now. So now we have only app.js and index.js, and let's also clean them up so that whatever we don't need, we actually remove it right now. So we are good to go, I guess. And here I can just say pk app, for example, right? And we'll do one more thing. We can do a npm start again, and we will see if everything is working fine. So not this one, but this one. Yeah, pk app, we can see pk app. And the second thing which we want is we will install two of the things. One is Chakra UI. So you will go to chakraui.com and you'll click on get started, and here we will copy this first line, which is npm install and all. If you are using yarn, you can use that as well. So Chakra UI is installed, and now the second thing which we want is npm I react icons. So we need some icons, as you have seen in the sample. So if you see here, we have used a lot of icons on the top here as well. So we need some icons. So React icons is a really good library to give us all of those things. So it will take a moment. Yes, so this is also done. So now if I go back here, let me increase the font size a little bit more here. Okay, looks fine, at least to me. Okay, so now we have app.js. If we see package.json, then we can see here we have Chakra UI, React, and all those things. And one more thing is that we can test if everything is aligned or not using npm start. The difference, okay, right now if you will see, um, if I'll refresh here, you can see pk app, right? Not such a difference, but if I want to see if Chakra UI is working fine or not, what we can do, let me just increase it a little bit. So here we can use something called a Chakra provider, which is basically which can be used. And if app should be under Chakra provider, what it will do, it will actually if you will look into it, it will change few things here and there. So let's see now. So you can see the font is slightly changed, and that means that our application or our installation of Chakra was working fine. So import Chakra provider is what we got, and here we have app.js. We will do some more things, guys. In source we will create a new folder, we will call it components, and inside components we can create some files. One can be header.js, second file can be profile.js, okay, and third file can be social.js. So all these files are components which we are going to use. In header.js we can just run rfce, sorry. This is a shortcut to get this functional component template. Basically you have to install an extension called es7 slash react slash redux and all that. So it's a very popular extension which you can install in this VS Code. And for profile also, I'm gonna just say rfc, and for this as well I'm gonna say rfc, right? So this is what we got. And now what I want to go do, I want to go to app.js back. There are a few things which I want to add. First of all, I want to add text and all those things. So we'll start with vstack. Vstack is basically a layout component which we get with Chakra UI. It's kind of a column, right? When you align elements from top to bottom. So vstack we can get, and then we can have a header. So we want a navigation on the top, right? So right now we don't have anything. We want a navigation on the top, so we can use something called flex. If I just want to use something like this, right? So flex, we will give it a width of, let's say, 100%. Okay, this is what we got. And then we need a heading. So heading will be basically very simple stuff to show, like, I have so heading we will add like this, and we have to add heading as well in the layout. So heading, if you'll see here, what we have, ML, which is left padding or left margin. ML means margin from left. Size is MD, which is medium. Font weight is semi bold, which is semi bold, obviously. Color is cyan.400, and the text is I am the PK. So you can see we have this thing here. What we can do in vstack also, we can give some padding, let's say padding of 5. And the advantage is that we will get something like this. Right now, one more thing which we want is, we want an icon button for dark mode, for example. So for dark mode, if we need an icon, what we can do, so we can say icon button, and this will uh, have this icon button for us, right? Like this will import this icon button here. And then if you remember, I used something called react icons to use all those icons which we get. So here I can say react icons, and there is a library called fa, which is for font awesome, which we can use. And from here we can use, let's say we will have fa sun for sun icon, fa moon for moon icon, fa instagram, fa github, right, and fa linkedin. All these icons we can get from here, right? And then what we will do, uh, how this icon button works is, basically we can specify that we need an icon, and here we can give our icon, let's say fa sun, for example. And I can also say that this icon is gonna be rounded. So if you see right now, you will see this icon over here, which is looking good, and it's clickable as well. So we want it to be rounded, so we can just say is round is equal to true, right? and we want to change the icon when we click on it, right? So right now this is the situation that if we click on it, nothing is happening. So for that we need something called so this is fairly simple. This is what we have done. So we will go back to index.js. We need something called, guys, something for dark mode, right? So we can use something called here chakra light. uh, okay, what we can use actually is not chakra but color mode, right? Yeah, so we should have, yeah, color mode script. So color mode script is what we need, and here we will get initial color mode. So we can set it to light. So now if you'll go back and if you'll refresh this time, okay, this is not giving us right, which is fine. What we can do, this is the normal implementation of what we have got. Now if we go back to app, here what we can do, we can have something called use color mode, right? So what we can do, we can just copy paste this thing and we can just say use color mode. So what it will do, it is basically a hook which gives us a color mode, and it also gives us toggle color mode if you want to toggle it. And we can have another const which we can say is dark, so that we can say if dark mode is there or not. So we will check if color mode is equal to dark, right? So this is what we have. So now what we will do, we will do some changes with our icon button and we will replace it with this. So basically we have given some left margin of 8. Icon, we are just saying if it is dark then fa sun, if it is not then fa moon, is round is true. And on click we just call toggle color mode, right? Let's see if that works or not. If I click here, and we can see it is working very very well. So this is looking good. Now I want to add some more icons. So 3 more icons for social media buttons. So what I'll do, I'll just go here and I'll add those icons. So if you see, all of those are like with left margin of 2, Instagram, GitHub, same things, and they are all toggling the color mode as of now, but you can change them later. You can do whatever you want to do on click of them. So it is right now coming like this, which is definitely not what we want, right? So how we can fix this thing, right? So we can go back here. We have given width as 100%. What we can do, we can add a spacer over here so that it should, okay, this is not working for some reason. Okay, let's see what is wrong over here. VStack is fine, flags is also fine. We have used a heading over here. We have a spacer which is also fine. And then, oh, we have not used flags. It should be under flags. So now if we'll go back and if we refresh it, then we can see, yeah, this is now coming at the right, and this spacer is basically expanding this particular space between them, and that's the advantage which we get. I am the PK, and if we see our demo, this is exactly like this. So this is looking good. Now what we can do, we will go back to, we will add all those things which we are like, for example, here we can add the header as well, which we have just created. So right now it is blank, but we want to add it. Then we will use social as well. So social, okay, what happened? Social, yes, social. And the last thing which we want to add is profile, yes. So now all these 3 things are here, but actually we don't have any of them. It takes some time to reflect. So all of these things are here. So what we can do, we can start with header, and then we can do other stuff. So we will go back to header. We have all these things here. What we can do, we can do the same thing. We can say we need a color mode, right? So color mode, we don't want to toggle it because we have already done toggling before. And the second thing which we want is the same thing, guys, like if it is dark or not, because it might be useful for us, right? So is dark. And the another thing which I want is basically I want to check if it is for a smaller screen or if it is for bigger screen, right? So I can say is not smaller screen. This is basically a hack using media query which we can use. So we use media query, and inside that we can just say if minimum width is 600 plus, right? 600 px plus, then it will be not a smaller screen, right? Now we are here in the div. So div I will remove. First thing which we want is a stack. Why stack? Because if you remember, what exactly we need is, if we see this particular thing, so this is the header portion, right? And we have this circle in the background, right? So that's why we need a stack, so that we can put something on the top of it, right? And then we will have all the other informations. So first thing we need is a circle, right? So what I'll do, inside stack I will put a circle, and this circle we can get from, I guess, here. Yes. So circle is basically, it is having a position called absolute, and background is blue dot 100, opacity is 0.1, and width and height is 300 pixel, and align self is flex end, so that it can go to and. So if you see right now, it is not in the and because we don't have any items, but as soon as we will start adding items, this will start working. So right now just ignore it. The second thing which we want, guys, is we want a flags, right? And based on that flags, we will put some directions and all those things. So here also I'll just import flags. Okay, flex is with us, and now what I'll do, I'll basically write one line of code which I'll just explain you how that works. So let's do like this. Actually, we can just wrap it like this. I don't need it. Yeah. So now if you see, we have something called a flags. Yeah, so what is flags? So if you see here, flags has a direction. So direction, if it is not a smaller screen, then we want to set it as row. And if it is a smaller screen, then we want to set it a column. So basically what it means is that this hi Pawan Kumar and image should come into column if we are moving to mobile mode. So if I'll just show you, in mobile you can see this is in column, like this is not in row, so everything is in column. So that's what the idea behind that. So we are just saying that if it is not smaller screen than row, otherwise column. Spacing we are giving 200 pixel by default, and padding, if we are checking if it is not smaller screen, then padding can be 32, otherwise there is no need of padding, which is 0. And align self is flex start. Now we will add items inside this flex. First item which we want to add is basically, we will add a box, right? And inside that box, first of all, we will have all those sort of informations, which are basically like my name, what I do, and the basic stuff. And this, in the second part, we will have image, which is my image, right? So here I can just say box, right? Do we have image also here? No, we don't have. So box we can have, and this is how you create a box. So we are saying the margin from top is, if it is not a smaller screen, then 0, otherwise it is 16. And the first thing which I want is basically a text saying hi I am, right? So I'll just copy a text over here. We need a text, so I can just say text, right? So text is font size 5 XL, and it is saying hi I am. So if we go back and if we see, hi I am is something which we are getting, which is working fine. Second thing which we want is my name, right? Like my name, which will be something like Pawan Kumar, right? That's my name. So I'll just copy some more text over here. So this time font size is 7 XL, font weight is bold, and gradient, if you see, so we can give gradient like this, linear, and this means to right, okay? And then three colors, cyan dot 400, 500, purple 600, and bg clip text and Pawan Kumar. Let's remove this bg clip and let's see what happens. So if you see now, this will show like this, okay? Like the background will be like this is the gradient. But if you want to just give the text or the gradient, then you can just say bg clip as text. And now if we see, then this component is working very well. And now if I just check the light mode also, this is looking fine, right? So these are our text. The last one which we want is the small description, basically. So that description can go like this. One second, guys. Let me just increase the font size a little bit more. Okay, so now you can see we have color. If it is dark mode, then we are using gray 200. Otherwise, we are using gray 500. And this is a normal text, nothing else. So if we see here, this is what we get, right? So this is looking fine. And we need a button as well, right? So we will add another component called button. Okay, we haven't got any button over here. Let's add a button. Yes, we get button with Chakra UI. So this button will have few things like we can say hire me. That will be the main purpose of this button. And then we can add some properties over here. One thing will be that we want to give some margin from top, which is 8. Color scheme we want to give blue, and on click of it we want to open our website pawan.live, let's say, or you want to download your resume or something like that. So that what you can do. And we can see we have this hire me, which is not bad, right? Not very bad. And now what I want to do, I want to have like after this box, it should have gone inside the box, guys. That's why we are getting this big button. This is fine. And now after this box, we want to have an image. So image, and I'll use the image from Chakra, right? Okay, one thing we can do is like this. Yeah, so we have this image here. We will do the same thing, guys. We will add the same kind of properties. So first property, I'll show you all the properties one by one. So if you see here, what we got is align self as center, margin from top if it is not smaller screen than 0, otherwise 12. Margin from bottom is same, border radius full, background color transparent, box shadow LG, and box size 300 pixel, which is the size of the image. And this is the source, which is taken from GitHub. So this is how it looks like right now, right? um, and now you might be wondering why the hell this is coming as this. Now if you just refresh it, it will go to its right position, and this is exactly like this, right? So this is looking good. If we will go to mobile now, then we can see this is also looking good. So that's why we are using media query over here. And that's, I guess, more or less we have to do with header. Now we will move to social, and social should be very very simple, guys. So we will go to social, and here what we will do, we will have, first of all, we have to align everything in a stack, in horizontal stack. So we can say h stack, right? And inside h stack, we can give some, not space, okay, we will add some icons, right? So what I can do, I can just say imp react icons slash fa, and we will use all the icons which we can get. So for example, we can get Facebook icon, we can get Google icon, and we can get Spotify icon, Spotify, we can get Shopify icon, Shopify. Okay, all these icons we got, and now we will replace them one by one. So we can say icon, right? And so icon is definitely a more component inside this thing. And then we have to say it like this, like as that what icon, because there are some icons which Chakra UI also provide, but we don't want to use them. We rather want to use these icons, FA Facebook for example. And then if you see here, this is a very small icon, so we can give it a box size of, let's say, 50. So if that is the icon which we get, right, then Facebook is looking very very well. Now we will add three more icons like this for Google, Spotify, and Shopify, and they don't have any spacing between them. So for spacing, we can go back to here at stack, and we can give it spacing as 24 for example, and this is looking perfectly fine, the like the way we want it, right? So this is fine. Now going back to profile.js, guys, here we will again have the same kind of thing. Like we will use media query. We will actually copy it from here. So we need this thing at least. So we will copy it from here to here, and we will also copy this thing from here. Okay, so we have media query. Now what we want, we need a flex first of all. So what we want to display, that's more important. So you can see we have a flex, a horizontal flex where we have 7+ years of experience at one end, and on the second hand we have product designer and developer text, and then we have some cards over here, right? So it's gonna be, and one more thing, guys, this code can be improved, right? The only purpose of this video is showing you that how you can work with different components, but we can definitely optimize this code and we can make a single component for, let's say, for icons and for these cards and all those things. So we can definitely do that, but right now I'm just not doing it for the sake of like making it as simple as possible, right? So first thing which I will add is a flex, right? Okay, so we have a flex over here, flex. So what I'm gonna show you is basically we can have a flex. So flex is basically having a direction, which is again we are checking if it is a small screen, then it is row, otherwise it is column. Width we are giving 100%, and then we have max width. This is basically how you will like kind of adjust responsive layout. So for base we are saying 100 viewport height, uh, and for medium we are saying 130 for viewport, and large we are saying 130 for viewport, and excel we are saying 130 of viewport. So it's totally up to you, like how you want to specify them. And this is basically, you can, if you will go to Chakra UI, you can read it here in responsive style section, where how these breakpoints are decided and how you can even modify them. So this is what we are doing over here as well. We will go back here. So this is our flags. Now first thing which we want to add, we want to add a box where we will show 7+ years of experience. So I'll add this box, and I'll say box. We will have some heading, and we will have some text. So box is saying align self to center, and padding from horizontal padding is 32, vertical padding is 16. Also you just have to remember that when we say p is equal to 4, then you can multiply it to 8, which means 32 pixels, right? So something like that. And we have a heading component where we are saying the font weight is extra bold, color is cyan.500, size is 4XL, and we are saying 7 plus. And the second text is saying font is 2XL, color is gray.400, and years of experience. So if you see here, we will do a hot restart or refresh it, so we can see 7+ years of experience, which is what we want, right? Then we want a second box as well, right? So second box will be nothing but we will just copy this box here, okay, and we can just wrap it up. Okay, now we need some cards, right? First card which we need, no, before card we need a text, right? Product designer and developer and all that, which will be very simple text. Font weight is bold, font size is 2XL, and this is the text. And this is exactly what we are getting, right? And then we need some cards. So for cards, what we will do, we will use another flex, right? And basically we will show that, okay, this is the direction. Okay, so this flags, we will wrap this flags again, and we have icon which we have to import, and then we have di android, which we will add just now. So if you see, flags is basically, first flags is basically checking if it is small screen then row, otherwise it is column, that's fine. And the second flex we are saying rounded XL, which means, so di android is creating an issue. Let's remove the icon for now. And now if you will see, this is the this is something which we are getting. This is a rounded kind of card or box, you can say. And here we are saying that background should be blue dot 400, which is exactly what we are getting. Height is 30 viewport and width is 30 viewport. This is exactly what we are getting. And justify flex end so that our text can go to end of this flex. And then we have a text which is color white, padding 4, font size XL, and font weight semi bold, and it is saying Android apps, right? We need some icons as well, and this time we will get icons not from font awesome, but from DI, which is dev icons. And we have code igniter, Android web platform, all these icons. So this is also you can get with React icons. And now I can uncomment this thing, and now if you'll see, we have Android apps, which is looking really nice. So this is one, and now we need two more flexes, right? One flex will be for, okay, this is the flex. One flex is for, if you see rounded XL, all the things are same, but we can definitely create a single component for them, but right now we are not doing it, but we can do it. So second one is Flutter apps. We are just changing the icon and the text. And there is one more property which we have added at the end, underscore hover. So what we want on hover, we want to change the background to teal 400 for second card. And for the last one, if you will see, I'll just make it like this. So here you can see hover BG green 400, right? So now if you'll see, we have this, right? So this is basically what you can achieve with Chakra UI, and it's a very easy way of creating UIs, as you have seen. Very like this component kind of structure is making it very easy to do. And now if we go back to app.js, this is how we can say that we have completed. If we click on hire me, you can see it is taking us to next screen, which is pretty good. And now if we go back to mobile phone screen, this is also looking good, and not looking bad at all. And yeah, dark mode is working fine as well, and this shadow is also looking good, and that circle is also looking good on the top. And then we can probably do everything which we saw in the demo. So this is how you deal with Chakra UI. I hope you enjoyed this video. The link for the source code is in the description. If you have any ideas or suggestion, please let me know in the comments. And also, if you enjoyed this video, press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also if you want to get future updates, then press the bell icon. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.